Martinez, and we'll go ahead and get started. It's 4:01. I hope everybody that's been able to log in, I hope you enjoy this. We're going to be looking at Class Dojo using classroom management. And I'm ready for Thanksgiving, so I hope you are too. A little about me. I'm Jocelyn Martinez. I'm a pre-K bilingual teacher at Parsons Pre-K. I'm part of the I3 members for the district. I will be the presenter today, and you have my email if you have any questions after this presentation. I also have with me Samantha Patton, and she's the IST at Hanley Elementary. She's one of my team members for I3, and she will be our wonderful webinar moderator. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and type them in and she'll answer them for you. If you have any questions about this presentation, you may also email her through her contact email. So what is Class Dojo? I know many teachers are already familiar with this, but then there's, some new teachers that have never heard of it. Class Dojo pretty much connects teachers with students and parents to build a classroom community. This is something that they say on their website. It's very, very interesting. So if you have a chance, please go and look at it and play around with it. But it's pretty much to create a positive culture, and teachers can encourage students for any skill or value. Whether they're working hard or being kind and helping others. And I'll show you a little more about it throughout the presentation. It also gives students a voice. So they're able to showcase and share their learning with the parents and with the teachers, along with other students. And you can share memories with parents. This is a wonderful application that parents are able to download onto their phone. And we have many parents that are very busy and they're always working. So it's good to share these special moments with them because they do have to work. So some of our favorite words as teachers are free and easy. I love everything that's free, and if it's easy, makes it even better. So this is very easy to set up. You can copy and paste the names to create the student accounts, and I will show you exactly how to do that. They have already made invitations that you can just send home with the students so their parents can join. And they have the same invitations and posters in 26 different languages. So let's go ahead and look at this. This is my Class Dojo account, and we can start by creating a class. And you can name your class, give it any class name. You can change the icon. So I would just name it Pandas because we're Parsons Pandas. This is for my morning class. So I'll do Pandas AM. And I do teach pre-K. So I will do preschool. And you can do any grade level. You can do anything, any picture that you would like, maybe something that your class is interested in. You can always go back and change it. Now, to put in your students, the easiest way that I found was to import student list. If you click this, you can simply copy and paste from an already made list that you have. Or if you don't have a list, you can type in the first and last name of all your students in the class. I will show you the way that you can import a student list. You click on that button. I have my students here, but I like to use their first and last names. So I can just simply highlight, copy, and paste it onto this. And you import list, and it will give you all the student names. You can either do first name first or last name first by clicking this button right here. If you flip it, it just gives you the last name, and it will be in alphabetical order by last name. That's the way I like it. So now I have created my students list, their accounts, and I'm done adding students. This is where you can get your invitations for the parents to join. So if you get invites, If you can see right here, I have downloaded my parent invitations. And you can just simply print them out and send them home for the parents to join. It gives you individual invitations and the instructions for the parents to be able to join their student's account. If you have parents that either don't speak English or they prefer a different language, you put poster in another language, and you can choose the 26 different languages that they offer. We want to be able to connect with our parents as much as we can, and this is a way to do it. If you have parents that only speak Vietnamese or Spanish, and you have those options without having to do any extra work. Okay, so we did that, and we're done with the invites. This is my class. And once we have the class ready, you see that you're able to do so many things with your class. So these are some parents. This is the way that you can invite a parent personally. You have those busy bees that they're always busy, because life happens. So if you could just catch them, on during dismissal, you can simply just, and they will get an invitation directly to their phone number or to their email. And that option is that you simply click on the student, and you can get that invite Castillo's parents. So you can see that I can invite this one parent through their email or their phone number. Okay, so can we use Class Dojo along with our classroom management? Well, it's set on a point system. And once you get it using throughout your day, throughout the week, you can also print a report, or the parents can always see the reports on how their students are doing. You can use positive reinforcements. If the student needs work, or if they need to improve a skill, you can also show them that. You can edit individual skills for a certain student that maybe the rest of the class doesn't need. You can set classroom expectations. You can have a classroom behavior report or an individual report. I can show you the point system, and you can select multiple students at the same time. So let's go to our classroom. How do you award points? Well, if you give a point to the whole class, they already have set point systems, but you can also edit the ones that you would like. If the whole class is working hard, you can simply give them a point, and it awards them a point. Now, if I see that maybe my little Lugo Sebastian kid he's being on task and he's helping others, maybe I award him an extra point. If I see that maybe I have several students that are being on task and I don't want to award those points, I select those students and I give them a point. So it really helps students to stay on task, and it's a way to use positive reinforcement in the classroom. If you put this on your smartboard and just keep it up, they're able to keep track and self-correct themselves. But what if one day a student maybe is not listening, he needs a little work? You can add skills that they need to improve. And maybe he wasn't listening. Maybe he was being a little disrespectful. So you can add a skill and choose how many points are deducted. So if I'm done, and it takes a point off. Now, if you want to have them in several groups, you can add a group and choose, make a group name. Maybe this is my red team. And you choose the students that you want to have on your red team. And you award that team 1 point. Or you can also edit to where you give them several points at once. Sorry, I got a little out. Okay. So that's a way that you can edit individual skills for a student or set classroom expectations. How to have the classroom behavior report and the individual report. So we see this and we can go back to view reports. And it gives you the class report. If you click on the individual student, it gives you that student's report. As you can see, Badillo Isabela has been doing very well. But if we go to my little Samantha, she needs a little more, she needs to improve in some of her skills. So we need to work on that. And this is something that the parents will also be able to see. The last thing on the point system in the reports is that you can also keep track of attendance. This button down here, you can set attendance for that day. If 2 students are absent, you can save attendance. Or maybe if the whole class was absent, all marked present, mark all absent, you have those options as well. And then you can save attendance. Once you view reports, you can also show your parents an attendance report. And it marks exactly what day they were present, what day they were not present. And it makes it really easy to keep track of it. I know we have that already in Skyward, but this is something that the parents can go in and look for themselves. Okay, so making it fun and engaging. Class Dojo has come up with an amazing toolkit that I really like, and you can use it in different games, engage students in lessons, select random group pairing, but also setting limits. Maybe you don't need 2 students to be together because they're a little active. So let's go ahead and look at that. If you come down here to the toolkit, you have several options. Now, all of these options are amazing. You have an already set timer that if you ever need it for a lesson, for anything, you can just go in there and use it. You can randomly select a student from your class. It could be maybe to answer a question or if you're playing a game. Mine's having a little trouble. Let's see if I can refresh. Sorry for this. We've been having some technical issues at my school. So let's hope it doesn't take too long. Okay, so if we randomly try to select a student, there you go. And the students may change their avatar if you allow them to. If you want to go ahead and choose another student, you just press pick again, and it chooses somebody else randomly. And this way you can be sure that everybody gets a turn. If we go back to the toolkit, our third option is the group maker. Now, I really like this because it takes all of the students in your class and puts them in different groups depending on how many you need. And it gives you the option of maybe not placing those students that don't work well together. Let's say my 2 Castillo students don't work well together. I choose them. I pick maybe 4 groups, and as you can see, One of them is here and the other one is here because it will group them separately. The fourth option is the noise meter. In my Google slide, this is the last option, but I can go ahead and show you. You can set the noise meter at whichever level you would like. And as you can see, the sensitivity, if I put it higher, it goes to red, and that means I'm being very loud. Or maybe if you don't mind a little noise, we can set the sensitivity down, and it keeps the students on track, and it reminds them of their voice level. So this is really neat. This is something that I'm going to be using in my classroom because it helps the students realize how loud they're being without me having to tell them, settle down, lower your voice. So it's a big help for us. Directions, think, parent, share, and today. There are just different ways of you posting things as the students come in. You can do either if they need to come in the morning, daily announcements, welcome message, whatever you need. Well, this is today. It went into the wrong one. Give me a second. If I click directions, sorry, I guess the program is doing wrong, but that's today. This is today, and it's pretty much for like the morning meetings, the morning message. They come in, and then you display everything that you write. And it shows the students. I guess directions is not working at this moment. But Think, Pair, Share is really neat because it gives you 3 sample questions, but then you can also create your own question. For example, anything. It could be, what are your plans during Thanksgiving? Or how does your family celebrate Thanksgiving? And then it will display the question for you. And then the students, of course, will turn Think, Pair, and Share. And then, I know that the district is also going to do a language program. So we do have the bilingual partners. And this is one of the ways that I use it, that I just tell them, turn to your bilingual partners and discuss this. So it's very helpful. And the last one is music. This is ad-free instrumental music. So you have the focus music and you have active music, depending on what you want to use it. Focus music I like to play while they work to keep them engaged. And it doesn't show any ads. You don't have to be afraid of anything having to pop up. Or maybe if we go back in there and maybe it needs to be a little upbeat, you click on, give me a second. My computer froze again. Maybe you click on active music. And you don't have to worry about the lyrics or anything that's going to be inappropriate. Okay, so that was the toolkit. It's very, very, very nice to have everything in one application. The next thing is I found several things on Pinterest and online, and they are absolutely free, and they go very well with Class Dojo. The first thing that I found was this Dojo weekly report that you're able to send home to the parents. Maybe they didn't download the application. Maybe they weren't able to have access to it. So you would simply just fill it out Monday and then set the points from Monday to Tuesday, and then the total points that they get at the end of the week. This can also be a student report for them to keep in their binder if they want to track their points. The second one was this reward chart. And I found so many reward charts where you don't have to buy anything. There are simple things like, if you get 50 points, you get to change your avatar. That's they love it. They would love to have that prize, and it's free. It's completely free. So I will share the links to this in the chat. Well, Samantha will share the links to this. Thank you, Samantha. And they're all free. This is some certificates that I found online also that you can send home and, show parents that they're improving. They love seeing awards like this. So we will also be sharing the links to this. Here they are. If you ever lose the links, you can come back to the slides and get them again. And that is everything for today. If you have any questions, I will be here and Samantha will be on the chat. Or if it's not November 9th anymore, you can always email me or email Samantha and we'll be available to answer any questions. You also want to look forward to the CPE link that she will be sharing with you so you can get credit for this training. I hope it helped and I hope you're able to use it. I hope I made it easy for you to understand. And thank you for listening.